All right, video number one of the framework series. And in this video, I just want to go over a few things before we get into the framework itself. First thing I want to cover is why most ads fail. And the reason most ads fail is because most people suck at ads. And you have to realize that people go ahead and tell you, hey, if you want to actually do well with ads, you need to test and throw out 20, 30, 40 ads every single month. I'm sure you've heard this. Then obviously people don't know what they're doing when it comes to making ads. What you're going to realize in this framework here is that you and many people that you know that are even telling you how to do ads or whatever it is are only scratching about 10% of the information in this framework. Now, this is a short framework. It's a 10 video framework, and I'm covering as few concepts as possible to make sure that you actually go ahead and watch through the entire framework. But you're still going to realize that you're only scratching about 10% of the important information in this framework that you're not doing right now. This causes people to be guessing and gambling when it comes to ads. Why would you want to do that when ads give you the potential to scale your business to 100K per month, 200K per month, etc. if you can predictably get a certain ROAS on the amount of money that you put into that system? Why would you guess and gamble on it? So what this first principles framework is going to do for you is it's going to allow you to stop losing money on testing. That's really important. Why would you want to create 30 ads and not have a clue what's going to work? You should actually know which ads are going to work before you go ahead and test them. Get break even on ads that give you feedback loops. Now, what you might have noticed is that when you go ahead and you send out ads, 2, 3, 5, however many ads that you're throwing out there in hopes that something is going to work, when you go ahead and test them, oftentimes you get multiple that completely just flop. What are you going to do with ads that completely flop? Like, you don't know what to do with them because every single aspect of that ad sucks. So every time you get a break-even ad or an ad that's doing actually decent when you test it, that you know is going to do well based on the framework, then you can actually go ahead and dissect that ad. You can understand which aspects of that ad made it work, and how can we take this out, and tweak it slightly to make sure that the next ad, based on what we think went wrong with the original one, can actually outperform it. That's so important, and that just brings us back to the importance of using a framework instead of trying to come up with stuff on your own. It's going to allow you to know how to scale confidently. It's going to allow you to know what to fix when an ad underperforms, because we know the structure of the ad and what it's created by. It's going to allow you to know why an ad worked, which is super important in terms of testing faster, smarter, and feeling confident when you go ahead and you actually launch ads. It will also free you up of all of that creative energy that you're using to try to come up with ads based on everything that you know in your brain, which is not necessarily the information that you need to know to be able to create winning ads. Oftentimes, a lot of us haven't went through any sort of structure or training or anything for ads. We're coming up with just basically all that we know in our head. I mean, you can imagine why the ads are not working. This allows us to do predictable testing. It allows us to get real feedback, and it gives us the confidence to scale, which is, again, so important because we want to get you to a situation where you're hitting 100K per month or more. So if you have confidence to scale, we know that you're going to put more budget in, and that's going to get you more money out. Now, what this is not a copywriting course. It's not going to go ahead and write your ads for me, neither am I. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a thinking model, a system to produce strategic resonant ads on demand. And if you are in the situation where you do want to go ahead, you want to get winning ads built for you to scale to 100K per month, that is the whole purpose of what I do. Now, if that's something that you're looking for, you want to fast track your way to success, you can go ahead and you can book a call directly with me where we'll talk about exactly what I do and how that works. Now, moving on, don't take these fundamental concepts of marketing psychology from me. This is really important. When I was trying to figure this whole system out for 5 entire years in the marketing space with some of the biggest coaches and course creators, I didn't want to take some guru's framework or some random information from here and from there. I wanted to know the first principles of marketing psychology, and this came to me from Elon Musk. I watched a video of his going through the Tesla factory, and he said what he does when he has a problem is he breaks it down into first principles. And first principles are the fundamental concepts or assumptions on which a theory, system, or method is based. If these aren't in place, the entire system breaks. So if you take all of the information from the most sought after and understood and recommended marketing psychology books, put those together and take all of the things that they go ahead and agree on, put all of these things together, everything that they agree on together, and create a framework to be able to create ads. That is exactly what I'm doing here. Again, This stuff is not from me. This is where you should start if you want to be able to create performing ads. This is the closest thing that I could create to a fundamental truth about how we can create high performing ads. And this is probably going to be one of the most powerful lessons that you go through these next 9 videos, because this skill will allow you to sell anything. Now, what we're going to be going through here is different, because oftentimes what you'll see for marketing advice is very surface level, very vague. We're going into the tactics here, and we're giving you a framework that's actually usable. You can go ahead and use this after you finish these videos. And this is the trouble that I had in the past, is I couldn't pick anything together out of anything that I was seeing online. That's important to keep in mind here. This will make some of the information a little bit more heavy, and that is why I kept the video amount down, so that hopefully everybody does go ahead and consume the videos here. But there will be some tactical information here, some things that I want you to go ahead and do to make sure that you can actually create performing ads. That's my whole goal. Now, we do have lots of options here when it comes to scaling our businesses. We can do organic content, we can do cold outreach, paid ads, many other options as well. These are some of the main ones. Organic content, I do not like this because you can't scale a business with organic content. You don't know how many views you're going to get. You don't know how many leads that you're going to get continuously from organic. And so if you're looking to hit 100K per month, which is what I want individuals to be making here, then organic content is not the way to go. Cold outreach, you're going to need lots of team members, oftentimes VAs. The response rate is very low and it's just a mess from what I've seen, and so I wouldn't use this either. If you do want to hit numbers like this right here, 100K per month, paid ads is going to be the way to go. It's scalable, and as long as you're confident with putting budget into this, because you know that predictably you're going to be making money from it, we can scale to 100K per month with paid ads. And so that is why I'm teaching you this and getting into it in the next lesson. The next lesson here, we're going to get into the marketing overview. It's going to be a breakdown of what the framework is going to look like, and I'm excited to jump into it with you, so I'll see you in the next video.